smile in our faces as the Florida Panthers defeat the Tampa Bay Lightning 3-2 in overtime at Amerant Bank Arena. And this game was full of drama. It was full of drama. Everything that a National Hockey fan would love to have was in this game. But somebody had to be the hero, and somebody had to end this game. And fortunately for us folks, it was the Florida Panthers. Carter Verhaeghe ends it against his former team. How did we get here? Well, it is Sergei BOBROVSKY going up against Andrei Vasilevskiy. Vasilevskiy, yeah. And let's just say, one Florida team wins the period. The other Florida team wins the period. And one period, it's equally matched. And one more had to be the better team. So, all right. In the first period, Florida was everywhere. They were everywhere. Tampa didn't even get one shot on goal in this period, I don't think. 1 or 2, 3. But regardless of that, Florida was absolutely better in the first period. They get a goal in 6 minutes and 16 seconds into the first period. Assisted by Verhaeghe, that's his one assist of the postseason. And Tkachuk, that's his second assist of the postseason. Off the backhand, there's a goal by Nashville. Off the backhand, a beautiful backhand by Sam Bennett. That's his first goal of the postseason. And we lead 1-0. Now, John Cooper, the Tampa Bay coach, challenged this, and they were trying to see if there was goaltending interference. It was close. I will say it was pretty close. But the thing is, was Vasilevskiy on the blue, Chris? It was half and half. But however, here's the next question. Was Tkachuk pushed by Hagel into Vasilevskiy? That's another thing. And it was the goal stands. Now, this referee was like, after further review, it has been determined that there is no goaltending interference. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. You gave me a heart attack. And when you go, it is determined, basically what you're trying to say is that the call is overturned. But no, this guy went, it was determined that there was no goaltending interference. Anyway, Tampa loses this challenge, so Florida gets on the power play. The penalty is served by Michael Esamont, and they do nothing with this power play. They did get a shot on goal, which was Matthew Tkachuk, but that was saved by Vasilevskiy. Then the penalty would be killed there. Then Sam Bennett himself gets called for a cross-check on Darren Radish. Tampa goes on a power play, and Tampa did nearly nothing. I can't say totally nothing because there was a shot attempt that was so close. You might as well call this a shot on goal. Steven Stamkos almost made it 1-1, but that slap shot hit the right post, and it gave me a jump. It's kind of like a jump scare type of skipping a heartbeat. That was close. It was so close to making it 1-1, and I'm like, oh my god, oh thank goodness. So that penalty was killed off. They're gonna say there was no shots on goal. Well, really, there was that close attempt by Stamkos there. Mitchell Sheffy gets called for a trip against Lo Serenen. Florida goes back on the power play. And they were able to shoot more in this power play. There was a Barkov tip-in save by Vasilevskiy. Reinhart tries to tip in. That was also save. Bennett with the wrist shot. That was also save. Lundell with the wrist shot that missed high wide to the left. Nashville scores at 3-0. Okay, on topic. Anyway, Ekman Larson tries again with a slap shot. That was also saved by Vasilevsky. With 4 seconds left of this power play, Tarasenko comes in and he shoots this one while Vasilevsky is down on his rear ends. This is assisted by Ekman Larson. That's his first assist of the postseason. And Sam Bennett, that's his first assist of the postseason after getting his first goal of the postseason. Snapshot is Tarasenko. First goal of the playoffs for the Florida Panthers. And it is a power play goal for the Florida Panthers. A power play goal because there was only 4 seconds left of the power play and we were just able to get it off just before the clock hit 0. And we lead 2-0 into the second period. First period, it's all Florida Panthers. Second period, almost the opposite. So, 48 seconds into the second period, another Florida team scores, but not us. It's our biggest rival from the West. Assisted by Victor Hedman. That's his first assist of the postseason. And must I really say this name? I really don't want to. I love you, dude, but not when you're on this team. Anthony Duclair, that's his first assist of the postseason. He assists Braden Point with his tip-in goal, and I'll say this, that was pretty decent for that to get by Bobrovsky like that between the legs. He couldn't even find the puck, and it's 2-1 Florida. Then Verhaeghe gets called for interference. I don't know about that one. That was just a weak call. And of course, how good power play is for Tampa. They do get a power play tying goal. Assist by Kucherov, that's his second assist. And Hedman, that's his second assist of the game. Off the slash shot, you cannot leave Steven Stamkos open like that. Because he is like 99.9% of the time, he would make that kind of thing. The 0.01% was fortunate for us because it hit the post. But either way, he ties the game up 2-2. Tampa is on a roll. They're trying to take this lead. But Kornet gets called for a hook against Tarasenko. Florida goes on the power play. Then nearly a minute into the power play, Tarasenko gets called for interference on Hagel. So it became a 4-on-4 for a little bit. Then it became Tampa's power play for a little bit. Bobrovsky makes some saves. So those were the good ones, but not the best ones. Duclair tries to tip it in. That was saved by Bobrovsky. Dumba with the, and then we get to this one, and then we get to these shots. I forgot who it was that shot this puck. Well, actually, instead of telling you, and you know where I'm going with this, Panthers fans. Instead of telling you this beautiful beauty, instead of telling you, as I'm going to find a good video, I'm just going to show you. How about I just show you? This is the shot here by number 24. I forgot who the player was. But here it is. Right here. I'll just show you. I'm going to get copyrighted, but I don't care. Look at this. Look at this. How do you do this? He was completely face backwards the entire time. The entire time he was face backwards. He had to do the desperation attempt to get this puck. He had to do it. And somehow it paid off. He has to launch back, gets his arm out, and bam! How does he do this? Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. That has to be one of the all-time greatest saves I've ever seen from Sergei Bobrovsky. Uh, ever. Just ever. Ever. So, to save, it was Dumba. It was Dumba with that shot there. I mean, this just says it all. This just says it all right there. This is the thumbnail. Not kidding. And you know, you want to know what's even crazier? He made another amazing save in the same period. Well, obviously, it wasn't as good as the one he robbed Dumba, but it was close to being 3-2. Cirelli tries to backhand this one off the breakaway. Bobrovsky basically had to do a split, and none of the left heel, ankle. He saves this puck to prevent Tampa from getting a 3-2 lead. So that's two magnificent saves of the game, and both of them were in the second period. That's why earlier I said almost exact opposite. Because while, yes, Tampa's offense was sprung alive early, Bobrovsky has awakened. And Montour tries to get this before period ends. We go to the third period. Florida's offense became alive after that Cirelli save. Then the third period, it became a goalie battle, folks. No one was able to score in this third period. Just some terrific saves. Not only Bobrovsky, but Vasilevsky as well. Loserinen with an early trouble. He gets called for a high stick. It became a double minor for Florida. So Tampa goes on a 4-minute double minor power play, which is almost fatal. Except the league forgets. The Florida Panthers have the top 3 best penalty kill percentage in the entire league of this season. So Kernick gets hit up in the face, and that kind of hurts. But Florida Panthers penalty kill, they were awesome. They were magnificent, and they were able to prevent Tampa Bay's power play for 4 minutes straight. Well, not 4 minutes straight, but Bobrovsky able to save Duclair's deflection, Kucherov's slap shot, and then there was a steal by Ekblad. He was on the breakaway, and the shorthanded chance was robbed by Vasilevsky. I mean, come on, Ekblad, you gotta make that. You gotta make that goal, dude. You just gotta make that. But despite that, power play was killed off. So it's just an amazing kill by Florida Panthers. The crowd in Amerant Bank Arena was appreciative, and I was appreciative. I was clapping. Verhaeghe almost gets this one that was saved by Vasilevsky. Nicholas Pohl gets called for interference on Reinhardt. Then 4 seconds later, Verhaeghe gets called for slashing on Glendening. I mean, that was just unlucky to get that slashed out of the stick. So it became a 4-on-4. 4 seconds became Tampa power play. Killed off. Florida had a better 4-on-4 than Tampa did. Then the rest were missing calls. There was one trip behind the goal net, and that didn't get called. So we're just going to leave it. Okay, fine. But both teams were looking to end it, pretty much. And it's Florida. Florida Panthers are trying to win it. But Vasilevsky is Vasilevsky. What do you want me to say? So, even the commentators know we're going to be here for a while. And of course, he was right. Because all this, a bunch of hits, being able to, have that intensity, we had to go to overtime. Now, by the way, I didn't even go over this in the second period, but there was one Montour shot that or not. It wasn't Ekblad. It was Sam Bennett blocked Monty's shot, and it hit him right here, and that had to hurt. He would come back for a brief, but had to go back to the tunnel room, and he would not come back for the rest of the game. The whole team, not the whole team, but some players were getting beat up, like Ekman Larson. There was even an injury with Sorelli for a bit. I forgot who the other Tampa player was. Was it Hagel? I forgot who it was, but they were shaken up from these penalties. I believe it was actually Kernick. I think it was Kernick because of the high sticking. But mostly we're able to come back except for Sam Bennett. So hopefully Sam Bennett were able to recover quickly and get some rest when he comes back eventually. So he will wind up not coming back for the rest of the game as announced by the Florida Panthers. So anyway, playoff hockey. We go to overtime because nobody was able to win in the third period. So we had to go to overtime. Was it stressful? Florida Panthers asked a good question. How's your heart rate? And some people on social media have their watches, Apple Watches. Oh, Vancouver scored. They had their watches and they had the heart rate going up. That was just crazy. So they care about this a lot. Not bad for 10 fans. So anyway, overtime starts. Florida wins the faceoff. Sorelli gets blocked by Nicola. Montour with the wrist shot, he misses. The first shot on goal for the overtime was honor of Sam Reinhart with 2 wrist shots in a row of the rebound. Ball times were saved by Vasilevsky, and that was just a pure robbery. Stamkos wins the faceoff there, and he gives it away to Lundell, and then Lundell passes it to Verhaeghe, and I mean, really, do I have to say it? I'm going to say it anyway because it will never get old. He did this against Washington. He did this against Boston. And Vegas. But I'm proud to say he wins it in overtime against his former team with a nasty backhand against Vasilevsky. His second goal of the postseason. And it's a game winner in game 2. He was assisted by Lundell. And wins this game 3-2. Matthew Tkachuk falling on Vasilevsky. And the entire place erupted. It was a party of South Florida, folks. I mean, you can't make this up. Florida now leads 2-0 against the Tampa Bay Lightning. And really, I think for the first time ever, I can definitely tell you this, Florida Panthers beat them twice at home. It's insanity. It's looking pretty good. But like I said in game one, we cannot get ahead of ourselves. Sure, we're up 2-0. But anything could happen from now until the next game. And we have a complete different conversation. But right now, we can enjoy this win as the Florida Panthers take 2-0 over Tampa Bay Lightning. It's absolutely, never gets old. When we look at the team's stats, Florida Panthers outright dominate shots on goal. They dominate the hits with 65 hits. They dominate with faceoffs. Tampa had more power play opportunities. They only got one with Stamkos. Florida got one power play goal, along with 4 other opportunities. That one was in the first period. So let me just double check. Wow, I kind of forgot. Tarasenko, there we go. So anyway, what else happened? Block shots. Tampa had one more block shots. Florida had more takeaways. Tampa had more giveaways. And stars of the game. You can't make this stuff up. It's Carter Verhaeghe with 1 star with 1 goal, 1 assist. 2 stars, Sergei Bobrovsky with 21 saves. That's 913 save percentage. And they give the 3 stars to Andrei Vasilevsky. even though he gave up 3 goals, but it was still a absolutely magnificent battle between the two goalies. There you go, folks. That is this game, Game 2. 3-2 overtime winner against Tampa Bay Lightning. We now move up. We go up to Game 3 against Tampa Bay Lightning, but this time it will not be at Emmerich. It will be at Amalie. Now we go up west of Florida to Tampa. We go west, the Gulf side of Florida, to take on the Lightning. And Florida, let's see how they do in the playoffs on the road. They have one of the best road records of the season, in the league of the season. Can they do this against Tampa Bay Lightning again? They beat them twice in the regular season, basically sweeping them in the regular season on the road at Amalie Arena. Let's see what happens in the playoffs. Oh, how are we feeling for this? We're about to find out come Thursday on TBS. So that's going to do it for this one, folks. If you have enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe for content, pick a smiley to see if you guys are back, and when it does, hit me right there with the free entertainment you deserve. Go Panthers, folks. My name is TVG. Sign out, folks. Good night, everybody.